Hello, fourth grade. Today I decided that we should go over your vocabulary words together. They all have to do with economics and marketing and that, so I thought we'd go over it together. We have currency, economics, entrepreneur, global, invest, marketplace, merchandise, and transaction. All right, so let's start with currency. Currency. I exchanged American dollars for foreign currency at the bank. So when we look at that currency, let's listen here. Uh, okay, so it's the money used in a country. I don't know if you can hear that or not as I do this, but you can go back to your website for reading and check these out too. It's the same on your website. Okay, so currency, it's what we use to use as money. So currency and money would be the same, an interchangeable word. What kind of currency do we use in the United States? We would say dollars, coin, like dimes, quarters, nickels, those type of things are our currency. Mostly dollar would be what we consider our currency. Okay, so currency is money. All right. Next one is economics. Economics. Bartering is a system of economics where people trade one thing for another. Economics. Well, we've talked about this in social studies a little bit, and let's see what our definition actually is. Economics is the science that studies the way people use resources to produce goods and services. Let's say that again. Economics is the science that studies the way people use resources to produce goods and services. All right. So the idea of using resources to produce goods and services. So if I had, for example, a lemonade stand, I use the lemons and the sugar and the water to make lemonade, and then I put them in cups and sell them to people to make money, and then to use that money for something else. And that would be considered part of economics. It's, again, the idea of using resources to produce goods and services. All right, next. Entrepreneur. Sarah is an entrepreneur who started her own dog walking business. An entrepreneur, starting a business, right? Starting a business on their own. Who starts and runs a business. That's an entrepreneur. If you're an entrepreneur, what business would you like to start? Maybe you are into, like our last unit about the environment. So maybe you want to start a business that would help people clean up the environment. Maybe as an entrepreneur, you might start something where you're making something to sell that helps to spread the word of God. Those types of things make you an entrepreneur, someone who starts and runs their own business. All right, next word is global. Global, you can hear the word globe in it, right? So globe means what? The whole. The globe shows the whole world. The whole world. So the internet is a global electronic network that connects people around the world. So the internet is global. Global meaning for the whole world. Something that is global has to do with the world. Just like it sounds, globe. Why is local the opposite of global? Local has to do with one tiny spot, where global has to do with the world. Okay? Next word is invest. Invest. Victoria wants to invest more of her allowance in stamp collection. Invest. She has to put the money in or use the money to buy something that will make more money. Using money to make more money. So if we, here she's going to invest in more stamps. Those stamps are going to be worth a lot. She'll put them into her album, and if she ever sells that album, it'll make her more money because the stamps will be worth more than what she paid for them. Okay? Sometimes we see people invest money into a new business. They put their money into the business, and then as the business grows, those people are given money back from the person who started or who gave them or who was running the business. They give them more money. So invest means to spend money to make more money. All right, marketplace. Marketplace. It's a compound word, place and market. A market is where we find fruits and vegetables. Marketplace would be like a grocery store. That's another word we use for it. Lauren and her mother visited the marketplace to buy fresh vegetables. Okay, a marketplace is where food and other products are bought and sold. Not necessarily has to be a grocery store, but in our area we call it a grocery store. Some places in other countries, they actually have a marketplace where booths are set up and they sell different foods or different products, and that's where you go to get your food and or to sell something. So a marketplace is where you can buy food and other products. Okay? All right. Our next word then is merchandise. Merchandise. The clothing shop's merchandise includes dresses, skirts, and tops. Merchandise. Well, what would you call something like that? I found sporting merchandise at Dunham's. Okay, so merchandise, that's the stuff, the things that are for sale, right? Merchandise are the goods that are for sale. So the things that are for sale are your merchandise. All right. Okay, so we see a man gives his credit card as part of the transaction to pay for his breakfast, right? If you watch this again, okay, there's the transaction. He gives it, he puts it through, and then the business exchange is done. So it's an exchange of a business, carrying out a business exchange. The act of carrying out a business exchange is transaction. We hear act right there, okay? It's the action of carrying out a business exchange. So trans, to change. So think of changing as a changing action. So he gets the credit card, and that gives him the seller the money, and the buyer gets his food. That's the transaction. All right, next. That would be it, I think. Did we get through our whole list? Let's double check our list. Currency, money, economics, the study of the selling and purchasing of goods and services. Entrepreneur, we said, was the person who starts their own business. Global, something that is worldly. Invest, to put money into something to make more money. Marketplace, the place where you buy and sell goods. Merchandise, the things that are being sold. And transaction, when we make an action to make a change in business. So a business transaction, something where you would give the person the money and they give you the item. That's a transaction. Okay? So those are your words for this week. You have a worksheet to do on that and story to read this week. So blessings on your reading this week.